We're here back in the Fantasy Bar. Monday is here, and we are back with 6 of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings, including one of my favorite stacks. We'll get started for you. I've got a cheap minimum price play over on DraftKings I am eyeing up. We will get that catcher spot knocked out over on DraftKings and usable on FanDuel as well. A starting pitcher I think could see some strikeout upside. And of course, my favorite play on the entire slate in a great spot. Who are we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the Fantasy Bar. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition, Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are back with 6 of my favorite plays for Monday night. Thank you, as always, for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Before we get to the plays, take a second, click that thumbs up button, and get subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of the content. And check out the all-new look over at RotoGrinders if you have not already. Tons of stuff going on over there in all the major sports, and a chance to win some free RotoGrinders Premium coming up at the end of the video. All right, let's get into it here tonight. Let's start with a guy that's been cold, but I think he wakes up here tonight. We are talking Francisco Lindor of the Mets. Now, slow start to the season. All that's done really knocked down the prices. Under 3,000 on FanDuel, under 5,000 on DraftKings. Still a price I like, so likely see lower ownership here as well. And the reason I like him tonight, has shown huge power against left-handed pitching. ISO near 300 last season, over 300 to start this season. And when you look at the pitches for Martin Perez, a lot of pitches that Lindor hits well. In fact, all 3 of the primary pitches, we're talking ISOs above 230 for Francisco Lindor. So too good of a hitter to be this low in numbers. I think he wakes up here tonight in a big spot against Martin Perez. Let's stay right there with the Mets and get that stack started with Pete Alonso. So on the opposite end of the spectrum, Lindor been cold, Alonso been red hot. 4 multi-hit games from over the last 5, and showing some nice power as we'd expect from a guy like Pete Alonso, and really crushing left-handed pitching to open the season. No surprises last season. WOBA up at 375, ISO over 300. So does this year in, year out. Now Perez, not a huge strikeout guy, as we know, just 17.5 the strikeout rate against righties so far to open this season, and giving up an absolute boatload of hard contact at over 57% to right-handed hitters. Advantage Mets here, in my opinion. Love the stack here, even if it's a one-off play. Great spot tonight for Pete Alonso. All right, let's get you some value to go with those Mets. We are talking Dominic Fletcher of the White Sox. So minimum price play here on DraftKings and just a tick above on FanDuel. And this guy's been hitting part of the order here for this uninspiring Chicago White Sox team. I get it, but definitely some spots we can take advantage of here with the pricing on a guy like Fletcher. Last season, limited sample, but was very good in that sample. WOBA over 400 against right-handed pitching last season. Seth Lugo, decent pitcher, but can be vulnerable to left-handed power when you give up this much hard contact. Certainly able to send one into the seats here for Dominic Fletcher. 46% hard contact rate this season. That number last season way up at 58.8%. So I love the spot here for the White Sox, whether you need some value with a secondary stack here or just a way to save some money here. Minimum price, hard to order back with Dominic Fletcher. All right, let's get you my favorite starting pitcher here tonight. We are rolling Frankie Montas of the Reds. Now, Tyler Glasnow, obviously, if you can make it work, you make it work. Great spot for him here, those bats behind him. But if you need a little bit of savings, it's Montas, the guy that I would look at here tonight. Now, we know, not a huge strikeout guy, but this matchup with Seattle, certainly one that can unlock that strikeout ceiling here. Not a team in baseball striking out at a higher rate against right-handed pitching than the Seattle Mariners. They are way up at over 31% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. You look at that projected starting lineup, see a ton of strikeout upside for Frankie Montas. In the last couple starts, right around 100 pitches in each start. So definitely a guy that's going to pitch a little bit deeper in games than most pitchers. Already given us 2 20-point or more DraftKings point starts. I think he does it here once again tonight and gets up to that 6, 7, potentially 8 strikeout range. Frankie Montas, my favorite pitcher here, not named Tyler Glasnow. Speaking of the Dodgers, let's go there and knock out our catcher spot with Will Smith. So Dodgers going to be popular. They're going to be popular every single night, especially against an unproven lefty here. But let's not forget about Will Smith among all the other big names in that lineup. 6 multi-hit performances already this season, and hitting cleanup in that lineup only going to give him upside every single night with those bats surrounding him, the bats behind him, a lot of protection in that lineup, a lot of guys setting the table in front of him. Gave us an ISO over 200 against left-handed pitching last season. And Parker, a guy who did well in AA, struggled in AAA. Don't see him being ready for the majors, let alone a spot tonight against the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are projected to score nearly 6 runs in this game. I think they go over that total. I think Will Smith, a big part of it here on Monday night. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play. Just click that thumbs up button, then head to the comment section and get fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. The 5 bats I'm going to give you, whoever's guess is the closest, we're going to give you an absolutely free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Monday night. You know, Matt, the Beast of the Night. All right, this time we've saved in a lot of spots. Let's spend up here on a non-Dodger. We are on Juan Soto of the Yankees, tonight's Beast of the Night. So again, the Dodgers, perfectly fine way to go, and I think a lot of people are going to go that route, but it will neglect some of the other spend-ups on this spot. So if we want to get a little bit different here, it's Juan Soto I want to target here against Chris Bassett. Numbers last season, as they are every season, very, very productive against righties. Woba over 400. ISO approaching 300, and I love left-handed power bats against Chris Bassett, giving up tons of hard contact and production here. The numbers eye-popping here to start 2024 as well. Woba allowed near 600, ISO approaching 400, hard contact way up at 63.5% to left-handed hitters. Those numbers are not good for Chris Bassett, but they are good for targeting lefties here. I think Juan Soto in for a big night here tonight. Easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Monday night here in the Fantasy Bar. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that YouTube comment section. Don't forget, fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on DraftKings tonight for a chance at a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. And who is your top play on this Monday night slate? Agree with Soto, go on one of them Dodgers. Who is your top pick for Monday night? Let me know in that YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salute. Thank you for watching. Best of luck, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.